If you don't believe, you will never achieve the result. Yeah, so growing up, I always had this infatuation of living in another country and learning another language. I was a massive Kobe Bryant fan. Many people don't know he learned fluent Italian because he lived there for 6 years in Italy in his youth. So I was really admire that. So for the longest time, I kind of went through this mindset that at some point I wanted to learn another language. What happened to me in 2008 for Christmas, I ended up taking a trip to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And literally this was life-changing for me. I just immediately, instantaneously, what's the famous saying? Love at first sight. Fell in love with the culture, the vibe, the element, the environment, the country, and most important, the language of Brazilian Portuguese. So at that point in my mind, I knew this was it. If I'm being honest with you, I didn't fully believe that I could actually learn a fluent language, fluently. But I moved back to California after the trip. I ended up, doing the most logical thing I do and enrolled in a Brazilian Portuguese class. And I was one student of many, but I started taking some action. And 1 week turned into 2, and I'd follow along and I tried to be the best student possible. But there was a sea of other people. I didn't have the personal coaching and accountability. And it got to the point where I realized, man, I'm investing money here, but I'm not getting this. I'm not getting this quick enough. And if I run the tape over, I don't think I'm actually do this at this pace. And it caused a amount of frustration and doubt and fear. And I felt defeated. I felt like, man, if I can't do this, I can't do a lot of things. It occurred to me one day that if I was actually going to really do this, and I gained inspiration from Kobe Bryant when I realized that he moved to Italy. He lived there from the age of 6 to 12. And I realized if I'm going to do this, I need to freaking stop dabbling and I need to go all in. I need to actually take a full court press at this effort. And I ended up moving to Brazil to surround myself with the culture, with the environment, with the people, immerse myself so I could actually start building the belief they could actually do this. And it wasn't easy. It didn't happen overnight. By being immersed in the culture, by hiring a one-on-one Portuguese teacher, I was able to start adopting the belief that if this person can do it, if this person can speak the language, then one day too, I can do the same. And it was at that pivotal moment that I started to borrow off the belief of my mentor, of the environment that I was in, which led me to the fact of learning the language fluently. So I look back at this particular story, a few things come to mind in terms of how I was able to build the belief to take action, which number one, you have to create a plan and you have to start taking action against that plan. Number two, you have to immerse yourself in the environment. You have to hire a guide and hire a coach. And number three, at first you might not believe, but you need to borrow off that belief of your environment, of your coach, until one day you believe for yourself. And when you believe for yourself, then you can take the appropriate action to live the life and get the result that you're destined to achieve.